This is for my biological brother, if contestable, as he on his part is already shrunk by approximately 10 centimeters. Ingo, I'm going to try let turn you in. Why? Because of the escalator accident, which is likely to having indeed been an attempt of murder. If I just recently formulated, you might have been forefronted. In that case, of course, as an officer of the German army, of the German Bundeswehr, you will not hesitate to either accuse somebody completely different or dead or infundable, or refrain from answering altogether, which would kind of make you stand out. So, how about this one? Does Ingo Westermann, Ingo Albert Heinrich Westermann, born in Bremen on 17th of October 1966, unless he is in the waiting list or already having had been at the rows, to receiving also a second passport? I was not offered that chance. How unfortunate. So, how about this? He might, at the age of over 20, having been set in the abilities to indeed being a replacement for me. How was that? Because then there was a gathering of officers in Calgary, in Canada, indeed. So this would also put him in adjacency to a then classmate of mine, Svenja Taubner, who happened to have a social contact female called Andi, astoundingly, in Canada, where she was reporting to having spent 1 year in her life as an exchange pupil, a student it is called. So when now how he was replacing himself into my position, or into early beginnings of my position. So, which would leave all officers out, but maybe keeping the later psychologist in. I was out. I was in the BO by car. I was at least 18, meaning, and had to be home by 2 o'clock, or maybe at the latest 3 o'clock. We know that. So, at the same period of time, our parents were in Hamburg, indeed, to give you a lift back home from the airport, awaiting your timely return, which didn't happen. Why? Because you missed the, not train, but plane. Because you have missed the plane. So, I was returning home, no one was there. I drove back to the BO, and it took a long while until all of us four were as if united together. So, um, as if a repetition of then happenings when I was lying presumably in the southern part of Hamburg, lying there dead, and all of a sudden some wonders happened, as would be the Christian way of telling things, and I was alive again. How unlucky you must have been, yeah. Now being in the ability again to being the only and beloved child of both of our parents. I was not a bad sister. I wrote it already. Not at all. So, yeah, I would really find it geschmacklos. Yeah, this missing a plane, and then our parents are waiting and waiting, and my father is asking, and my mother is responding, and oh, look there. Oh, this is our Ingo, yeah. Kind of a trottel, as we used to call him from a certain point of time. This was behind. How geschmacklos, how untasteful. Yeah, so your expected though return. This is fantastic. I find, because it supports a lot of things. So what else I can think of? I also, as a good sister, I advised you to think about your Lebensgefährtin. You are not able to reach her waters. Yeah, she is cleverer than you, and she is also a better jurist than you. So we both might wonder why she kept telling me for a certain period of time how you achieved things. Others seem to know a thing or two also, which is why I was put in an even more strenuous situation, which does not concern you, but which concerns those, and those were the Hessens of Marburg 3. I might exclude the Yugoslav one, because he had nothing to do with academics, but the other one had a friend in the library. I wrote on that also a line saying that you wanted me to get a book, which is what I did. Why not? Then what happens with the book, I do not know. I might have returned it, or you might have expected be taken care of returning it upon your then timely expectable return from England. I would not support those, but I would support you. On no grounds, however. Then why did she tell me that you spent a couple of months in Hamburg again, doing something with your teeth? I do not know that. It's just an idea. Yeah, you don't have as many supporters as you might think, which is also the reason why other people should be very careful how long they would let me be in the position of my brother, meaning not respecting me at all, not wanting to be befriended with me at all, for which, by the way, here it is too late. I just want to be kept in peace, that's all. That is not much, I would presume. Why I met certain people reminding me of Frau Margarete Meyer, yeah? The person that even would encounter in one of the Verfassungsschutz in Germany. Where are we? That women were unbelievably untasteful shoes throughout her life. I just saw her in one pair. So this is quite disturbing, and I would advise to not overly receptive for the charms of that also my brother has. I'm here as well, and I have made some kind of histories here as well. I don't want to over-exaggerate things, but my business model reconstruction, which my reconstruction of the core criminal complex also is out. And of course, people take into account that certain people want to be kept out altogether. Other people would like to have this or that identity. Other people in other countries are not stupid. And it is not only German any longer. I have tried to keep it completely German, disregarding though the kind of option that the bad guys were all together and merely sitting abroad in the UAE, which is not the case, but I restricted it to very few Germans, very few social contacts even of mine, and had started things in Lower Saxony other than in the GDR, who would have these lands here is still quite GDR, if one is honest, who would have been second in the rows for having been the bad guys in terms of involving me in crimes almost insolvable. Voila, that's me, that's my work. A second version already, and still I have not been paid. I have not been offered anything.